Okay, so again, good morning. Time flies. This is week number 11. Okay, so today the agenda that we're going to do is I've not completed the example last week yet. Okay, so I'm going to complete it. So agenda for today is we are going to continue example on on 3D mode circle. And we're going to carry on. We're going to start. It's not necessarily a new topic. It's an integration of different topics into one, which is combined loading analysis. Okay, combined loading analysis and principal stresses. Okay, so I'll talk more about it later on. Okay, regarding the second item on the agenda. And today's lecture, we will end at 11. Okay, because I have a medical appointment that I booked for, and yesterday I was told that my appointment is available or my booking is available. I have to go. Okay, so we'll stop lecture at 11. Okay. Okay. So last week we dealt with this problem over here, right? So just to quickly recall. Okay, so this is the problem that we worked with that I could not finish. Let me shift this down. Okay, so we're going to continue the example from last week. So this is a continue. And we were given that, or we found that the maximum shearing stress is equal to, if my memory don't fail me, the maximum shearing stress. This is last week notes, okay? It is 75 megapascal. Okay, so 75 megapascal. So the objective of this question is find the possible value of stress Y, okay, given the loading condition seen on the element. And we found one value, okay, with 3D mode circle, right? We found one value last week, okay. So one of the possible value is at 56.866 megapascal. And the other one we found is minus 196.886, not possible because it's outside the the no-go zone, right? So this region that I highlight is the no-go zone. Okay, you cannot go beyond this boundary. You go beyond, your structure will yield. Okay. So as I said, the question asks for two possible value. We only found one. Okay, so we're going to continue by finding the other value. So the other value that we use is we're going to now construct mole circle. Okay, again, this is easy by constructing mole circle than doing the equation of transformation, which I did not teach. I did not teach you guys how to solve this using equation of transformation, but rather by looking at mole circle. So what is the other possibility? Okay, so the other possibility is I will draw mole circle first. Okay, it's easier for me to draw the mole circle and explain to you what is the other possibility. Okay, so Let me construct. So I'm going to start from minus 160, 140, 160. So this is normal stress. Then I'm going to construct shearing stress axis. Okay, so this is shearing stress going clockwise. Okay. Then I'm going to add in the no-go zone. Okay, the no-go zone is basically this area over here. Now, because I stopped at 60, okay, actually it will go like the before. It can go up to positive 150. Okay, but I'm just going to stop here. Okay, so outside the red box, as you can see, the material will yield. Okay, so the points that we have now is we have minus 70. One of the points is on the minus 70 line. Okay, and then we have 40. And we have minus 40. And we know that at point X, okay, the element is going to rotate anti-clockwise. So over here, this is our point X. Okay, that is our point X. I don't know why down here they say the shear is 10. It is 40. Okay, so that's our point X. So we also know where is point Z. We are aware that point Z is over here. Okay. So what we are going to do now is we are going to state that one of the points, okay, one of the points is at the stress minimum. Okay. So one of the circle, the points is on stress minimum. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so now we are constructing the circle for the XY plane circle. Okay, so we are constructing. We're going to construct okay, we're going to construct the XY plane circle where it touches stress minimum. Okay, so this is different from what we had before. I will highlight why. Over here, right? So if we look at the XY plane, so XY plane is the biggest circle. It did not engage or it did not touch the stress minimum, which I'm highlighting now in black. Okay. So now we specify that one of the point on the XY plane will touch stress minimum. Okay. So we see how the circle will evolve then. Okay. If the XY plane touches the stress minimum. Okay. So now we're going to construct mole circle. And this mole circle is different. Okay. So one point over here, the other point over here. Okay. So the fact that we have 2 points, we can identify the exact position of the center of the circle in 2D. Okay. In the 2D world, to locate the center of the circle, okay, you just need 2 points. In the 3D world, like for example, your GPS, okay, and we are living in a 3D world, to locate your exact position, you need 3 points. Okay, 3 points of location, where's ours, where we are now, okay, because we are looking at we are in a 2D world, right? We can find this in 2. We just only need 2 points. So before we can solve this, okay, I don't think I've been through this last week. I like to see. I don't think did I go through the rules of the circle. Let me check. Okay, let me check. I don't think I went through the rules of the circle down here. Yeah, I only taught mole circle. I did not teach you guys rules of the. So let's go into the rules of the circle. Okay, let's go into the rules of the circle. Okay, so when I specify, what do I mean by the rules of the circle? So now, if you were to draw a circle, like what I'm doing now, I were to draw a circle. So, okay, this looks circle to me. Okay, so this is the rules of the circle. Okay, so you pick any 2 points. Okay, so let's say I pick 1 point here. Okay, so I call this my point A, and we know that this is the center of the circle, okay, which is our point O. So when I draw a line from A to O and beyond, and it touches the other end of the circle, right, like this. So this is my, when it touches the other end, that is my point B. Okay. Then we pick a random point. Okay. So now I pick a random point somewhere around here. Okay, I pick a random point somewhere around here. So my random point is point C. Okay. Then when I draw a straight line, so I draw from point A to point C, right? And point C to point B. Okay. So what you realize that this is 90 degrees. Okay. Some of you say, Eugene, let's try another point. I will. Okay. So let's say we try another random point. I try another point down here. I call this our point point E. Right. So now when I draw, I do the same thing, right? Point E. And then we draw it down here, right? So if you were to guess, the angle over here is still going to be 90 degrees. Okay. So that is the first rule of the circle. Okay. Then we look at the second rule of the circle now. Okay. So if I were to draw a line from point O to point C, right? I draw a line from point O to point C. Okay. And if I were to call this angle